I'd say 20 years ago, I had this idea. I'd love to live in a little cottage near the water and have a couple cats and just paint.
For years, Lori Anspach was living that dream, working as a commercial artist, but she wanted more.
One day I had the idea I wanted to paint for people that it had a lot of meaning. And I wondered, well, who would they be?
The answer came when she volunteered to paint people going through tough times. Military members deployed overseas, foster children looking for families, and children battling cancer.
I feel that these families really, really have earned our support and backup and have been painting for them ever since.
Lori started a nonprofit organization painting for good causes. She recruits artists from all over the country to paint portraits free for special families.
For me personally, I first engage myself in the person or the people that I'm painting.
So with each stroke of her brush, Lori is getting to know the Lion family. 2-year-old Addie is a cancer survivor. As Lori paints Addie with her older brother and sister, she looks for deeper meaning.
Like a portrait of more than one figure is a puzzle. And it's where one person leaves off, the other one person starts. And to me, this very much communicates their feelings for each other, their closeness, their family.
Are you excited?
The Lions arrive at Lori's house eager to pick their portrait up.
Hi. Say hi. Say hi. Come on in.
Their eyes light up as they see themselves captured on canvas.
Do you think it's great? Do you want to go tell her thank you so much? Say thank you.
You are so welcome, honey. I had so much.
That captures a moment where we were at Camp Sunshine, a camp that specializes in pediatric oncology and other childhood illnesses. And it was such a blessing for our family to have been there. So to have a painting that encapsulates all of that is really a neat thing to hold on to.
For her part, Lori wants to give the Lions something else to hold on to: hope.
I put those wishes into the painting, so to speak, because I know that the power of positive thinking does make an effect.
I was so happy to do it.
It is so perfect.
Such a lovely family.
Thank you.
While the family is leaving with a painting,
When you paint it, you get visitation rights.
Lori says the gift is truly hers, bringing the joy of her art to others.
And I will forevermore do it until I'm no longer here.
In Clearwater, Lori Davison, Bay News 9. At Tampa International Airport, emotions constantly rise and fall, with arrivals and departures, comings and goings.
Whenever you're in an airport, it's extreme happiness and sadness. I think that, there's so many emotions that go on here.
Joanne Farrell's mother, Teresa Simmons, sits in the middle of it all, unaware that her emotions are about to soar.
It's been like a little bit of a roller coaster.
Somebody has been out there all these years that we've never known.
This is a big surprise for Mom. I tried to keep it under wraps for as long as I could.
Now, coming in on JetBlue, right on time, is someone their mom's been waiting to meet for 57 years.
It's me. Oh my God. I love you, buddy. I'm here. Yes, it's me. It's me. Oh my God. You're beautiful. Oh my God, you're so beautiful.
Roseanne Lombardi is the daughter Teresa was forced to give up for adoption when she was born.
I can't believe it, Rosario. I just what are you doing here? I'm talking to you. Oh my God.
The reunion came about after Teresa's family did some digging into their ancestry. Roseanne says when they reached out to her, it answered lifelong questions.
I always wondered if she thought of me, if she was alive, if she why? Why did this happen? And here she is. It's like, oh my God, it's like nothing I ever dreamed of.
Teresa prayed for this day to come.
And I said, please give me a chance to see her. Just one chance. I just want to see her one time, to hold her and kiss her. And I did.
A mother's wish realized, a family reunited.
She sadly said, you know, I can finally die with peace now, knowing in my heart that I know who she is and everything is good. So all is right with the world.
Oh, you're my baby, my baby.
They leave Gate A grateful to be saying hello this time rather than goodbye. In Tampa, Lori Davison, Bay News 9.
Tristan is he's just like a little part of me. Like, I can't believe I made him.
We tried a good 3 or 4 years, 2 rounds of IVF. Finally, the second one hit.
Jeremy and Viviana Graham call the birth of their 1-year-old son Tristan a miracle. From the minute he was born, they've documented every moment with pictures, each month celebrated in a montage on his nursery wall.
I mean, he's my world.
That all changed when Tristan was 4 months old. The couple was at home with him when he had a seizure.
The only thing I was thinking of is my child okay? That's the only thing.
Tristan was rushed to the hospital where doctors diagnosed a brain bleed.
We just thought they were trying to figure out what was wrong with him. And we later found out every test that they ran on him was to prove that it was child abuse.
Days later, Jeremy, a former paramedic of the year, was arrested for aggravated child abuse.
When I got accused, I was scared to go out of my house. I was scared to go to my local Publix. I was scared to go to my local gym. I was ashamed.
All right.
While the case was under investigation, Jeremy was only allowed short visits, so the couple had to live apart for nearly 8 months.
I lost months, precious months, milestones, first words, first babbling, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's.
Eventually, the Grahams hired their own medical experts who determined that Tristan has a chronic medical condition that likely caused the bleeding. Those 2 doctors said they found no evidence that he was a victim of child abuse.
Basically, they all called it smoking guns. Basically, I was accused for no reason.
Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri couldn't talk about the Grahams case specifically, but he says child protection investigators are obligated to look into families when allegations are made.
There is a whole bunch of eyes on every single case. There's multiple levels, multiple reviews, and I know that we're doing it very well. The investigators are doing a great job here in Pinellas County to make sure that the kids stay safe.
The state attorney's office decided not to move forward with the case, and the charges against Jeremy were dropped. In June, he was allowed to live with his wife and son again full time.
I was really scared of losing my bond with him, but immediately I could tell that we didn't, and it was just great to hold him in my arms. It really was.
Still, he says the experience left scars.
It'll always be with me. I'll always be the person that got accused of child abuse, I think, and that's just the way it is. I just have to deal with it.
But the couple says Tristan is happy and healthy, and they're together. So all is right in their world again. In Pinellas County, Lori Davison, Bay News 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, tickets here, guys, for our next sponge boat ride.
Taking a tour of Tarpon Springs.
Folks, you interested in a boat ride today?
Is like visiting Greece.
Anybody want to go sponge boat ride? Have a boat going out.
Without ever leaving Florida. A mix of the showy and the cultural.
Whoopa!
A place where you can climb on a boat.
Welcome aboard.
And soak up history. Whoa. In a city known as the sponge capital of the world. It's an industry dominated by the Greeks here. But dive in deeper and you'll find African Americans were among the first spongers in the region. They were called hookers for the techniques they used.
What they did in the early days before the Greeks came, sponges were harvested entirely by hooking them with a long hook from dinghies.
The city's curator of arts and historical resources, Tina Bukovalis, says in the early 1900s, Greek immigrants arrived in waves. Using diving methods, they were able to harvest 5 times as many sponges, eventually taking over the docks.
Many in the African American community went to work on their boats, often as crew members, engineers, cooks, but some as divers as well.
These are people that I knew personally.
Alfred Quarterman remembers it all. Walking through Rose Cemetery, he points out dozens of graves that belonged to blacks who worked in the sponge trade, including his father and uncle.
And believe it or not, they both spoke Greek fluently. Because after all, if you're on a boat for 2 months or so back there, you better understand something that's going on.
Alfred recalls a closeness between the two communities.
I have never had a problem with Greeks because when my father went out on the boat, it was not unusual for the families to invite me over to their house. That's when I learned about goat cheese, feta they call it, and spaghetti, and Greek candy.
Most of the African American spongers are gone now, their contributions marked in gravestones at the cemetery. But Alfred is keeping track.
Thomas Stout, Florida. Reuben Smith, Bahamas. Thomas Knowles, Florida. John Johnson, Johnny Johnson, Frank Fisher.
He worries about their impact being forgotten.
And you'd hate to see anybody that lose their identity because nobody thought about them anymore.
So he's working to have the cemetery designated as a National Historical Site.
And when I see the history of my father and my uncle, I'm very proud of that. And I love it.
The pioneering spirit of those early spongers still living on in people's hearts and minds on the docks to this day. In Tarpon Springs, Lori Davison, Bay News 9.